Another day, another problem. We're heading into work, and I just received a medical bill, a laboratory bill that I have to resolve. That's $432. This is more than 6 months, actually more than 7 months after I was last at the ENT. This was an ENT that I paid cash for, that I paid close to $1,000 for 2 visits and $600 for one of those visits. So this is absolutely insane that now I'm getting another $432 bill. The reason it's insane is because I remember calling specifically the doctor last time, I think it was in December or January or whenever they had the results, because they said we'll send it to a laboratory, we're going to find out if it's bacterial or whatever. And I had the antibiotics, that's the first thing they gave me. I get it, you got to pay for a lab, but this is so expensive. $432 for something that I never even got the results for, because I remember calling the doctors, and of course, they're like, oh, well, we have to have a doctor call you, and the doctor called me when I was at work. Well, duh, I'm almost always at work, but there's sometimes where I'm able to answer, and when I called back, nobody ever got back to me. And this is very annoying. Like, okay, yeah. I started reading about this and people said they had insurance. They weren't a cash buyer, so that should make things easier, right? Well, wrong. Someone got a $1,700 lab test bill for blood work. Woo! Blood work, $1,700 with insurance. And insurance, for some reason, couldn't cover it. And there were so many cases where it's always hundreds of dollars and people are unable to cover it. And sometimes they even paid for it. And just like with my ENT, the reason I'm very upset is because I remember I was so frustrated because I was worried that things would go into collection because I paid everything in cash. I paid everything that they requested. I still received 2 bills after that. And they're like, well, this will go into collections. I was like, what? But I asked the doctor's office, did I pay everything? And they're like, yes. Turns out it was an error in the system, error in the reporting. Finally got that straightened out months after the fact. I had to call many times. It was so frustrating. Horrible experience. So I called to try and see if there's any way to get rid of this, and really the only answer was financial assistance. You have to make less than $27,000 last year, which technically, since I only worked half a year, technically I'm right around there with my taxes, but I still haven't filed them yet. I did an extension, so they've got 2 weeks to prove either that or still would have to pay probably $100, but that's better than $282.10. They said if you're a cash person, you don't have insurance. Oh, look at that! A squirrel is just kind of chirping away at some nuts. It's pretty cool, huh? Check that out. It's kind of fat. I got the peanuts, but I guess he didn't really want to take my peanuts. The reason I got these is actually because we found a squirrel in a park that got up all the way. I did this, and this guy went right up to the window, and unfortunately we didn't have any food. I mean, technically we did. We did have some used nuts, and when we returned, I was driving for 5 minutes before I realized, oh, we have some used nuts. That's going to be perfect. Just throw in some peanuts, whatever. Maybe he'll take them later. It was too late. The squirrel already went away. But regardless, I can't really do too much about my situation. They basically said, well, if you don't have insurance, then it's 35% off. They also, for some reason, tried to use my dad's insurance. They connected it, and it's like, what? It's not mine. I'm the person who went to the doctor. Stuff like this that makes me rethink moving back to America. But, yeah, those are expensive laboratory tests. Thanks so much for watching today's video. And if you enjoy it, have a great rest of your day.